What is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and I'm coming at you guys with, of course, the Yellow Hybrid. I told you I was going to do that profile for Yellow Hybrid, and I am. So, for those who don't know, of course, those who are new to the channel, hi, and welcome to my deck profile for this week. I do a deck profile for my Digimon card game that I play when I go to my locals in Alameda. And I am basically just taking the chance to show you guys the decks that I build, show the builds that I'm playing, talk about the different things, and just my experience overall. Um, Yellow Hybrid was the deck that I chose to play for this event. Unfortunately, a lot of those cards that I ordered for Yellow Hybrid did not make it in the time, so I had to do what I could. Luckily, Red Hybrid has been is going to be doing me some justice, and hopefully, I can get the last few pieces of Red Hybrid because the only things I don't have are the Gravity Crushes. I'm missing a few of my Emperor Greymons, and then I forget what the other card is. My friend told me I got a few more cards to come into for Red Hybrid, but I'm basically almost done. I don't know if I want to run the Gravity Crush. Want to work around that, but if I have to run the Gravity Rushes, I run the Gravity Rushes, but I'll need a set of Gravity Rushes to do such. But yeah, we'll talk about Red Hybrid when we talk about Red Hybrid. Today, we're going to be talking about Yellow Hybrid. And of course, I'll be giving you guys a video later after this one to talk about tournament experience for um, the second week of January. So, like I said, let's go ahead and go into the Yellow Hybrid deck profile. So starting off is, of course, the Digitama, and I'm running 4 copies of Koromon from B12. Then, moving on from the Koromon, let's go into the Yellow Hybrid. So, for the Yellow Hybrid engine, of course, I am running the 4 copies of Kazemon from BT7, as well as the Zephyrmon from BT7, and then 1 copy of Jet Zephyrmon from BT7. Following that are 2 amazing Digimon from the Digimon Frontier series, and that is Pokemon and Raymon, which I'm running to. So that is it for the Yellow Hybrid package. Moving on from Yellow Hybrids, we're going to go into just the regular Digimon that I'm running in it. I am running 2 copies of the lovely Venus Fawn. Then following her are 2 copies of Ophanimon Fall Down Mode. Then I'm running a massive amount of Greymon packages. Starting off with the Rise Greymon X's from BT9 as well as BT2's Rice Greymon. Then I'm running 1 copy of Geo Greymon from BT13, and then 4 copies of Agumon from EX4. Then, last but never least, is 4 copies of Pillamon from BT9. So that is it for all of the supporting Digimon that are not of the hybrid origin. Then we're going to move into our tamers. So for the tamers, I am running, of course, it's not Yellow Hybrid if you're not running Zoe. I'm running 3 copies of her. Then I'm running 3 copies of TK and Kari, Ty and Kari, and TK. The Ty and Kari are from BT9, TK is from BT1, TK and Kari are from BT6, and of course our girl Zoe is from BT7. That is it for the Tamers. And then for the auction cards, we have ST3's Holy Flame, we have BT1's Holy Wave, and we have BT6's Wyvern's Wrath. And yeah, ironically enough, those are all of my auction cards. Yeah. Yellow Hybrid, right? Alright, well, that is it while we go into the explanations. So starting off with the Digitama Koromon, because there are so many Agumon, much of the Agumon line here. Of course, this Agumon line is focusing on Marcus Damon's Agumon. Um, this Koromon definitely is here to just be able to be used off of the Agumon, so I can climb into the Rise Greymon if I need to, or have some backup going into some of my hybrid, which is crazy to see Agumon go into Kazemon and then go into Zephyrmon. But that is Digimon for you. Probably one of the most standard ones, but if anything, there's Ubermon, there's Cubemon, you can easily use take advantage of those as well. There's a lot of things that I want to take advantage of when it came um, playing with the yellow hybrid for that reason. All right, so moving on from our Digitama, let's talk about our yellow hybrids. Zephyrmon and Kazemon, probably two of the easiest things you can just smack onto the board, have them start poking at stuff, and you're good. The thing that I like about Yellow Hybrid is that it doesn't stray too far from its origin. It literally has the options of giving these two girls, the powerhouse. Now, the thing is that I wish they had the similar revamp like a Unimon into two you have, where we have a Zoe that's a memory setter, we have a Kazemon and a Zephyrmon that can go back and forth into each other, a Jet Silphymon with some more oomph. Not too much of an oomph, because she's still playable, but we don't want that new Jet Silphymon to it's a lot to really handle with the yellow hybrid. But with yellow hybrid, you're just poking at things as much as possible, manipulating your security, and trying to get things together. With that in tow, yeah, the one Jet Silphymon really does hurt this, as you don't have too many options outside of Jet Silphymon that you need to play in terms of hybrid cards. But your hybrid setup, kind of unfortunately, is just 4 and the 1 up. Now, to help with mitigate some things, we are running Pokemon. Pokemon is great because you on play, you build top 5 cards to your deck to add one card with 10 warriors in our hybrid in this trait, as well as a tamer to your hand. So all the hybrid decks that are manipulating those combination of cards are definitely using Pokemon to help with everything. Setup, process, you name it. Pokemon is helping with it. Now, this is someone that I don't think anyone was ever really expecting. We're playing around with Namon now. Namon's ability is that you can play one tamer with an inheritable effect without paying the memory cost, and that is an on play effect. Now, during all turns, if one of your Digimon with a tamer in the mission cards gets deleted, you can play one tamer from your trash without paying this memory. You can bring back the Zoes, the TKs, all of that. You can easily bring them back on board. And it's definitely a great use of hybrid decks because remember, a lot of your Digimon are going to be coming off of tamers so that they can swing in for game and swing in for utility. I think these are great additions to the Yellow Hybrid. And it's funny though because we were just stuck on Pokemon and then people started realizing, wow, Neymon has really good support instead of for this too. While Neymon gets the tamers and puts them out in the field, same as Digivolve, you can have Pokemon give you additional 2 memory. And then it keeps things going. Alright, so that is it for the uh, portion of this that was the hybrids. Now let's go ahead and move on into the Digimon that are not hybrids. So Pillamon is basically here to be a floodgate. That's literally and simply all it's really here for. I was waiting for my Cupemon to show up. I still have not received them yet, so I'm just waiting it out maybe till Tuesday and hopefully Wednesday if things go awry. Now, the Agumon line definitely can be can be helpful for decks that run a massive amount of timers and want to manipulate that red and yellow support. This is definitely a big one for me because yellow hybrid has been seen manipulating their stuff thanks to cards like Shine Greymon, Rise Greymon X, Greymon, Kyo Greymon, and stuff like that. One of the big things I do like about this is how versatile all of them can be. So y'all know Geo Greymon had to be restricted to one because Geo's ability to search your security stack, play a red or yellow tamer from it, and its security and in recovery +1 can be very beneficial to you as the tamer and as the one who's basically get you in your strategies and stuff with your tamers. And especially in a deck like this. The Agumon at the start of your phase, you have a red yellow tamer, get 1 memory. The Rise Greymon has the ability to on play. When Digivolving, you can play a yellow tamer from your hand without paying the memory cost. This is the one in my deck is hello. Yeah. And I mean playing a rat of those. Right, Greymon can have his for security of 1, and he can also help you play a red or yellow tamer. And then when one of your tamers gets suspended, you can what is it? For each tamer in play, this Digimon gains 1k DP, so it'll just be a nice beat stick. But on top of that, when you one of your, I think it's what is it, Rise Greymon? Sorry, because it's like I forget how these guys work. Rise Greymon's X says that, yeah, if you have a Rise Greymon X at body in its card's deletion sources, one of your opponents that you might get like 2k DP for each red and yellow tamer you have in play. So it's an easy thing you can do to take out some of the big guys. So now, if you did it by level, it'd probably be a lot more easier than doing it by DP. But beggars can be choosers, right? All right, so we're moving these guys out of the way, and then we're talking about Venusmon and Ophanimon Fall Down Mode. The megas in the deck. Well, these are going to be the most substantial megas, but they are doing something, and that doing something is relatively just being useful to either slow down my opponent with Venusmon's effects, so that they can't swing at my security, and then I'll find my fall down mode to recovery +1, and then have her swing at me. And if she gets deleted, you're able to get back a yellow for a lower Digimon and put them into play. So you get back your hybrid. You can hybrid up from them, or you can get, Agumon and play off of Agumon. That so it's very beneficial there. If I was running some like purple option cards, that'd be another benefit to having off deck is cards like Swartz Lariat and have that definitely clear out some more because we definitely need some AoE. That was one thing that I noticed is that something I'll talk about in my few videos, in my roundup videos. AoE cards and sufficient removal cards that's around. Venusmon herself is just here for the stall. Um, that's okay, but at points you kind of need more than just the stall. All right, so we're moving these lovely ladies out of the way, and that's it for Digimon. Let's go on into the gamers. Honestly, I feel like Zoe definitely has to be. I love Zoe. Zoe is great. Zoe does what this deck means, and that is basically having your tamer who can become a hybrid. Coming to play, she can check your security stack, add your hybrid to your hand, and recovery plus what? So many benefits to that, they get overlooked. And honestly, if a hybrid vaccine deck definitely could take advantage of that because you're just clearing out a lot of your cards to then get your TK going and then have him. Hold on 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, Zoe is a must have in this deck. You have to have her because she can help get your hybrid guards or your Team Warriors to your hand and then manipulate that security for your option card. Then we have Kari and TK and Tai and Kari. These are basically just here for manipulation of memory. With Tai and Kari, if your security is 3 or less, you'll gain a memory. If your opponent's security is 3 or less, then you gain a memory. So you benefit either way. But then the suspending this tamer when one of your Digimon attacks, so that all your opponent's security gains -2. That doesn't seem like much, but when you're swinging a lot of things and something can be very high striking, high powered, you definitely want to manipulate that, especially if you want to rush in with your Zephyrmons, your Kazemons, stuff like that. So you get multiple tie cards on the field, you can suspend them. That's about 4k DP down, maybe even 6k, and then easily take out things with your Kazemons and your Zephyrmons. You are rocking what? 5k and 6k in their own DP. Then the Guardian TK, you can send this tamer to then when your yellow Digimon attacks, when your opponent's Digimon gain -1k, which doesn't seem like too much there, but it's ways to clear out things that are on the field that you don't want on the field. You do that. TK. TK is just here to check the security, add a yellow card to your hand, and then work on one. So whatever Zoe can't touch, TK will. And since, well, all the cards in this deck are yellow, TK is basically touching everything and putting it into your hand. It is probably one of the greatest of the yellow support cards you can have. The thing is, I want to fit in regular card so that when the security changes, I can suspend her and gain 1 memory as well. So I want to have all this memory manipulation with Zoe, TK's abilities on top of Kari's ability, and then having TK and Kari and Tai and Kari helping for the DP reduction. That didn't come out like I wanted to, and I was saying that in my video. to follow this up. So, all right, now with that out of the way, let's go into these option cards. While these option cards are very unique, yeah, there are tons of other option cards from both red and yellow you can easily manipulate in this shoe for your yellow hybrid. The Wyvern's Breath was to hit some of the bigger guys. The Holy Wave was to manipulate the security to gain things off of, and then having the Holy Flame just to knock out security attack. Especially in AoE -1 security attack, because that can be really good when your opponent starts rushing in. Especially with decks like Dark Animal and Command. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this deck profile. Like I said, I'll have my review video up shortly after I finish recording, because that way everything's still fresh, but everything's to talk about there, and I don't waste up too much time. So yeah, that's it for Yellow Hybrid. If you guys have any suggestions for Yellow Hybrid, which I think majority of the runners say you need this, and this option card, I'm just gonna say it now. It's still in the mail. I haven't received it. I'm still waiting for it, and hopefully it does come soon, so that way I can play around with those cards. Other cards, I'm just gonna have to fit them in while waiting for other decks to finish. That's just how it is. But, do suggest some more option cards to play around with, and Super Yellow and Red, because I'm sure there are a couple of things that I can easily play around with. But with that said, thanks everyone for watching. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, as it helps me out tremendously. You can hit the notification bell to be informed when I upload more content to the channel. My socials are in the description box below, and please check them out and support there. With that said, thanks everyone for watching. HPJ signing out. Take care.